have a question for Representative Hughes. That is duly noted. Would you be willing to look into that for us on behalf of the...
Marcia,
I can work on Brett if you want to work on Forsythian.
and Sir Ken.
How do you spell Forsythian?
Yeah. She's going to check it out.
Oh, okay.
I tried to Google renal dialysis.
I hadn't heard of this one before.
It's F-R-E-S-E-N-I-U-S. F-R-E-S-E-N-I-U-S. Forsythian Medical Care.
See why I got her stamp?
Yes. Very good, very good.
Yes. And the website is fmcna.com.
What is it?
F-R-E-S-E-N-I-U-S, medical care.
IUS.
Yeah. And then the website is www.fmcna.com. Let's try that.
Thank you. So that we will make note that
Because if anybody would have direct control, would be them, of their own facility.
Mm-hmm. And I will just go back a little bit and reiterate, since we started this issue, there has been 2 other facilities that have opened without generators. So we're back to...
Is the Mercy the one that was...
Well, that is part of, that's the larger part. That's DaVita. Mm-hmm. Their current facility, as we've discussed many times before, is part of the Mercy Hospital campus, and they moved in there with a backup generator. They just built a center across the street, which they failed to put a generator. And also on Apple and Sheridan, there's like a little satellite facility there for dialysis patients. And that does not have a backup generator.
Whose is that one?
That is DaVita.
DaVita.
Okay. We started off with Renal Advantage. But again, if I could say so.
So many facilities in this little small area.
Because, as I said before, Mr. President, you know the answer to that. That's right.
So why are people fighting this, and you having it as small as this area is, and you having to bring additional facilities in to work with the demand, but you're scoffing at 55%, and that's the point I keep getting back to.
I agree, Mr. President.
It personally, it makes no sense, and that's why I do say sarcastically, maybe I took too many hits in the head playing football, because we all know the stigma there, is that it's crystal clear to anyone that chooses to use any level of intelligence. If you've got to bring additional facilities into such a small area, and all we're asking is that the place people are being treated is that they do not have to return home, they do not have to continue to suffer even more with simply adding $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 generator, and you're whining about the expense. Something's wrong with that picture. Mm-hmm. Something's wrong with that.
Well, and when you see the other equipment that is used at a center like that, I mean, it's not just the the blood circulating machinery, but they have water and
water levels have to be maintained.
Water levels have to be strong. I mean, it's significant, the amount of machinery that they use. So I don't know what percentage a generator would be in terms of the total cost, but
again, our president has stated in his comments what we have said for the last 3 years, what we've tried to do. And with that, we have a bill. We had a bill, number 5273. And with that, we wouldn't have this type of a problem. People could go and get their services, but again, we are the highest, one of the highest, and we've discussed this with our legislators as far as what's going on in their constituency. And when I say that, I'm speaking to Representative Marcia Hovey-Wright, our 92nd District Representative, our 91st District Representative, Holly Hughes, and Senator Hansen. This is our community, and it's happening. It's a snowball effect. Minister Churchwell shared in a meeting about maybe 4 or 5 months ago, the amputees. This is all a direct. It's a direct directive from what is happening with the high rate of diabetes and hypertension in our area. Perhaps, again, if we could see what those patients go through, this is something that is not. It can be easily taken care of. So back up, Jim,
Well,
right in there.
Can I?
Please.
Were you going to say something?
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah,
okay.
I'll wait and
Yesterday,
I've got a whole
I-
bunch of things that have.
Okay, thank you, thank you.
Yesterday, I got a call from Maureen at Muskegon Tribune. She'd gotten a copy of the press release that we sent out and interviewed me about this bill and what's happened to it. And she was very sympathetic to the cause. So you might want to check, see how that, Muskegon Tribune, yeah. Yeah.
They were invited here today, so.
Okay.
But they spoke to you on yesterday?
Yeah.
Yeah, they were invited here today.
Okay.
But at this time, I'd like to,
I think Jeff did.
I'd like to yield to Senator Hansen, and with your comments.
Oh, I have a couple.
I'd like,
that I'd like
oh,
to-
and I'd like to hear those comments.
Good.
But I'd
Good.
also like to know, in your comments, if you could kind of surmise what you can and will do to help this.
That's part of these also.
Thank you.
I've got some ideas, but first I would like to say that, you know, I've seen this firsthand. I've seen what happens when the treatment is not done correctly, or because I spent 10 years as an EMT. I ran ambulance, and we had a lot of people that we were running in the ambulance that were beyond their dialysis date and those type of things, because it's just a poison that keeps going, and I understand that part.